Good evening, folks. It's a beautiful day out here in Atlanta, Georgia. Absolutely amazing and beautiful day. Evening out here in Atlanta, Georgia. Just a bit in the suburbs, a little bit north of Atlanta. It's probably about like 70 degrees out here. Oh my goodness. In the middle of February. And they say there's no such thing as global warming. Typically, I'm on the Snow Bear Disciples run. The Cold Ash run. We call it the Snow Bears Cold Ash. The Snow Bears Disciples Cold Ash Run. It happens every February. Our run to the Mother Chapter across the most years frozen United States. This year looks like it would have been warm. But we're not making that run this year. So you're not going to get to see us have all the fun that we've been doing this. We haven't missed the last 4 years. So this year all the guys couldn't make it, and the Mother Chapter will be partying without us, unfortunately. And I wish I was there. I'm tempted to fly. But then that wouldn't be real bikerish of me, now would it? So we are not going to be able to make the Snow Bear Disciples Cold Ash Run. And I don't have my vest on with the Snow Bear Disciples patch, but you might see it on my other vest. It's really kind of cool. And you get a star for every time you make the run. And the requirement is 5 states of below freezing temperatures. You're riding 16 hours a day, and you're really getting down. Good evening, I'm Black Dragon, and for those of you who don't know, I'm Black Dragon, author of the Public Relations Officers Motorcycle Club book, Public Relations Officers for Motorcycle Clubs. Those guys are folks who keep the PRO position alive in motorcycle clubs and guard the motorcycle club's reputation. I also am the publisher of Prospects Bible. Do I see this backwards, or do you guys see it backwards too? Oh, that's ugly. And my newest book, I'm most proud of, the Sergeant at Arms Bible. And you can get it at sergeantatarmsbible.com. Sergeant at Arms, the Soldier Sergeant of the Brotherhood. I just finished this book. And I do hope that you guys, a lot of people have asked me for it and asked me to address the Sergeant at Arms in my video. So I started doing some videos about it, and I said, well, heck, I think I'll write a book. So that's the Sergeant at Arms Bible, and it's out there for you guys if you want to get it. And it's going to be kind of cool, I think. A lot of research, like, I didn't even know all this stuff about the Sergeant at Arms. Like, the Sergeant at Arms whole thing came from Great Britain. That whole Sergeant at Arms, it goes all the way back to King Philip and even further back than that, and it just the history of Sergeant at Arms and how many organizations utilize the Sergeant at Arms and all of that kind of stuff, and where it comes from and how it developed and how it got spread through every kind of organization, including motorcycle clubs. It's kind of interesting historic look of all the things that Sergeant at Arms do. Sergeants at Arms do. Okay, I got this on my YouTube page, or this might have even come in a private message. So it says, Dear Black Dragon, I've been watching you go across the country, loving the brotherhood and fun you all have. I have a video request for you. Club flips and patchovers. What is it? How do they occur? In what situation does a club find themselves in that predicament? Can the club refuse? Are the members allowed to leave at that juncture if they feel they are unfit? And what is your experience with them, if at all? Get skinny. Oh, wow. I wonder if he's gotten skinny or is telling me to get skinny, which I'm trying. So let's talk about patch overs. And I mentioned club flips. He didn't mention club flips, but I mentioned club flips. Let's talk about patch overs and club flips. Let us talk about patch overs and club flips for a moment. And maybe I can share some of my experience with you guys and maybe answer a few questions. So, what are my experiences with them, if at all? I have, so let's think about it. Let's talk about it first. This is probably semantics, but we'll talk about the terms for just a minute. In my opinion, club flips and patch overs are really kind of two different things. A club flip can be thought of as hostile, a hostile takeover, and a patch over can be thought of as a takeover that you agree to. So a patch over is a negotiation, and a club flip is probably something that happens that you don't want it to have happen to you. Now, club flips are, I'm always kind of smile when a 99%er tells me they flipped a club, because club flips are normally done by 1%ers, and not a lot of 99%ers have enough power to flip a club. So when 99%ers talk about it, although I mean there are probably some real tough 99%ers out there that flip clubs, but for the most part, club flipping is a 1%er thing, and patch overs are something that 99%ers do. And I have done quite a few patch overs. I've patched over quite a few clubs as I've grown the Black Sabbath Nation across the country. So I do have some experience in patch overs, which has been a negotiation of a smaller or weaker club, or a club that's looking to expand to a national level. It's very difficult to go out and build chapters across the country. It's taken us 44 years. So if you want to get a brotherhood that is national, where maybe you have brothers in parts all over the country or in all over the world, depending on the MC, then you might want to agree to a patch over, and either you take in another MC or another MC takes you in. So my experience with patch overs has been that as we've decided to grow, some clubs have come to us and said, hey, we've been watching you guys' videos, or we've been checking you guys out, and we would like to become part of you. Or we have seen clubs that we've wanted to take over, or in one instance, we heard about a club that was disbanded, and the dominant in that area gave them the opportunity to pick whatever club they wanted to become part of. And so we jumped on that to see if we could maybe be the club that they picked. There's all kinds of ways that it can happen. And I think in this letter, the author was probably talking more about club flips than club patch overs. But when we think about a club patch over, to answer some of these questions, so how do they occur? So like I said, a patch over is probably two clubs get together and see that there is a need for them to become as one. And then a negotiation begins. The bigger club asks the smaller club, do you guys want to be part of us? And then that club takes it to its members. I've done that both successfully and unsuccessfully. The unsuccessful one was when the members wanted to patch over, a good percentage of them, but the president didn't necessarily want to do that. But he played along like he wanted to do it long enough to get things messy and sloppy and get everybody angry, and at the last minute he pulled out and the whole thing erupted and crumbled after so much time was spent and a lot of time was wasted. So I would tell you that if you're going to do something like that, it's best to have a meeting, from my experience, with all of the members of the club that's being patched over, to make sure, and especially the officers, to make sure it's something that they voted on, that they all want to do, and it's something that's going to go smoothly. It's going to be a smooth transition. If not, you're going to waste a whole bunch of darn time, and the results are not going to be satisfactory. Now, in a flip scenario, a club may be approached by a one percenter and told that they're going to have no choice but to patch over or something like that, whatever the situation may be. A lot of times support clubs may get flipped. So these are things I've heard of. I've never actually been through a club flip, so as I've heard, you have a situation where you're told that you're going to flip and there's no, you don't have a choice, whatever the case may be. That might be a situation that you find yourself in that predicament as you've asked the question. So can the club refuse? Well, yeah, you can probably refuse to do anything you want to do. The question is, what will the consequence be if you make the choice of refusal? The consequence could be that your club may lose its blessing, might not be allowed to operate in that area anymore, and then you will have to make your choice as to how you want to proceed, that being the consequence. Can members be allowed to leave at that juncture if they feel that they are unfit for the flipping organization? Well, yes, of course. An MC is a voluntary thing, and if you feel like it's no longer a fit for you, then you probably should leave. There's nothing like being half-assed in anything. So that situation can be kind of sticky, and you have to use your good common sense. You only want to be in something that you can support fully, 100%. So if you're being faced with a situation where you're being told that you're going to flip and you have no choice, that's a hostile takeover. And hostile takeovers do occur. They have occurred, and you just have to figure out how you're going to live through it when it happens. Oh, it looks like I got some questions. Hello, Redbeard, Road Orphans, Washington State. How you doing? What do your patches look like? Go to blacksabbathmc.com and you can see. JW here, but we can hear you but can't connect. Huh. I don't know what to tell you. What else? There's another situation, which is what I call a patch in. A patch in is when you get a lot of members, like maybe a club is breaking up, and you got maybe 10 or 15 or 20 or 100 members from a motorcycle club that dropped out, and they want to patch into your club. And a lot of people treat that like a patch over. Now, there are some rules for patch overs. A patch over is considered a patch over in most areas if you're taking 5 clubs or 5 members, 5 members or more. That's the same amount of members you need for a motorcycle club. So 5 members or more of a club is considered a patch over, and in some areas that have coalitions. So what's up, brother? Y'all back in Georgia? No, those videos were last year's videos that you guys are watching. I posted those because this year I didn't get to go. But we're going across country this time in the summer. We haven't been across country in the summer in a while. We're going across country in, I think, May or June. So all you guys that want to hook up with us, holler at us. Or if you want to ride with us across country, I think we're going across in May or June. We're supposed to be doing the Four Corners, I believe. And we're going to our Inland Empire chapter annual instead of the mother chapter this February. No, we couldn't all make it this February. But thank you for checking, and we will definitely keep you guys informed. So a patch in is an interesting thing, and to me it's a great way to mess up your motorcycle club. So all these folks are always so like hyped up to grow, and you don't necessarily always look at the quality when you're trying to get the quantity. So it is very possible to take in a group of troublemakers from another MC and bring them into your MC in that same BS and trouble that they come with. So when you're patching in a whole bunch of guys, you know, to me, I still would prefer that you prospect, even though you're coming from such and such club and you were president. If it was so great over there, why don't you stay over there? I would rather patch over chapters and have a whole new standing chapter than really patch in a broken up chapter and bring that trouble into an existing MC. That's something you really got to look at when you're thinking about patching overs and patch ins. So what is it? A patch over, I think, is a friendly takeover, whereas a flip is definitely not necessarily so. When do they occur, or why do they occur? In a patch over, they occur because two clubs come together uniquely and see some synergy and decide that it's probably better if they work together, and one becomes the motorcycle club of the other. In a flip, a lot of times the 1% is flipping you, and that's just what happens. And what can club members refuse? It's probably best that you do refuse if that's not something that you want to do, rather than to get in a situation where you're not happy and people are going to be upset because your participation is not great. Now, in a patch over, like I said, make sure that everybody is happy with it and wants to do it, especially the senior officers, etc., etc., because I have had one go very bad and it costs a lot of time and a lot of money. So that's my discussion on patch overs and club flips. Let's see. We can't connect for some reason. Dragon smoke. Why can't you guys connect? Well, you guys will be able to see it when this technology is really crazy, but we're working on better technology. I've got a studio coming up, a new studio, a video studio. We have that radio station thing, but I'm trying to come up with a video studio for you guys so that we can do this in a more succinct and connectful way. Unfortunately, I won't be able to ride my motorcycle and do it, and that won't be any fun. All right, any other questions? I will tell you that patch overs, when they go smooth, are incredible, and they're wonderful ways to grow your motorcycle club nation. You can get whole motorcycle clubs that have been up and running probably for a long time. Maybe the founders are tired of it or whatever, and they want to see it go to a good motorcycle club, or maybe people see the synergy and the energy that's going on in your motorcycle club and they want to bring that into their motorcycle club, or bring the leadership over and really grow their brotherhood. So it can be a wonderful thing. It has been for us. Some of our most famous chapters were patch overs. For instance, the Macon chapter that has my most number of coast-to-coast riders and Snow Bear disciples, Poseidon's disciples, Mojave Desert disciples. All my big disciple wearers are from the Macon chapter, and that was a patch over chapter. It's absolutely outstanding chapter, and it worked well for us. All right, so I'm Black Dragon. You will see in the credits down there in the writing, you'll see my links to my various books. Sergeant at Arms Bible is my newest book, and I really would hope that you guys would go get it. And it's 70 degrees out here, and the sun's going down. It's beautiful. It looks like the geese. Looks like the geese are coming back, and so the winter might be short. To me, it seems like there's a lot more winter to be had. It's only February. March could be really cold, baby. So let's just hope. I appreciate everything. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for buying my books, for reading my books. Thank you for your comments, and those of you who have negative comments, thank you for those too. And we appreciate you. And this is my year to go down to 250 pounds. Pray for me and get skinny.